Good morning. We say Mingalaba in Myanmar. It's a great pleasure for me to be here in Japan at this very significant occasion. Okay, regarding the number of tourists visiting our country, in 2015, we have 4.68 million, and for 2016 up to July, we have 2.44 million. Yeah, out of this we have Japanese. Last year was 90,000, and up to now we have Japanese tourists
55,000.
like $55,000. Yeah, 55,000 tourists. Yeah, and we expected to get more tourists from Japan to come to Myanmar. That's why we are at this Jatta exhibition. And as you know, we are the last frontier for tourism in Southeast Asia. And of course, we are expecting more tourists to come, and we are also preparing ourselves to be ready to receive them by putting efforts in the HRD vocational training school for the staff to be ready to know how to receive the guests. Of course, our staff are already born with the instinct of smiling, and we are guest lovers in Myanmar. So any guest coming to our house is right away very much welcome. And it will be the same in the hotels and restaurants all over Myanmar. So we expected that the guests will have a very enjoyable time when they are in our country. Our country have 5 S. 1 is a smile, 2 is the scenery, 3 is the sea, then sea meaning underwater. Then the sand is beautiful, the beaches are beautiful, and lastly is the snow-capped mountain in the north, in Kakaburazi. So we have new places to explore, to discover, and right now also for ecotourism, I have a program for community-based tourism, and these are sponsored by the travel agencies, and some are with the NGOs, and they train the villagers how to receive the guests, how to welcome the guests, and the travel agent, they build a house or 2-3 houses to receive the guests from the company. So in that way, for marketing is already solved, and at the same time, the rural areas, they will know how to get involved with tourism, and that is one progress that we can see. And next, we are intending to open the island down south, and for this also we are preparing. And then, well, Bagan had been very unlucky to have the earthquake, but it's still beautiful, and the major stupa or pagoda that had been destroyed are not more than 20, and it is going to be maintained by UNESCO, and it will even help Bagan to be recognized as a World Heritage Site, as UNESCO would be deeply involved with the renovation. It's even, I would say, a blessing in disguise for Bagan, and we are looking forward to get more tourists. Already we had 8% increase last month comparing to last year, August. We have an increase. So I think we are ready. We are almost ready. We are preparing to welcome any amount of guests coming in. And at the same time, I would like to say that we have a surplus of rooms. Like in Mandalay, we have only 48 occupancy. In Yangon, 52 occupancy. In Inle, only 28 occupancy. So there are many, many room reserves for those destinations. And for new destination, by inputting the community-based tourism, there is a new destination to discover, and then people to people directly in touch and know the life, how the people live in Myanmar. So this will be a new program for the new season, for the tourism purposes. I think we will succeed in that. And Chin State is also going to be open, and already 2, 3, 5 hotels have been established, 2 in the north and 3 in the south, and also 3 community-based tourism site had been chosen in the north, and 1 is already been involved with the building in the south. So more new CBD are coming in, and in Kaya we have 2 CBD villages, and they come back from Mae Hong Son from Thailand. So we are having back our own people, and they are living happily in their villages. At the same time, of course, tourists can visit and explore how they live in their villages. And that is also one attraction, I would say. And Inle Lake is also, the water level had rise up to the normal level because of the good rain this year. So we expect there will be many tourists over there. And Mandalay, as usual, is always ready. We have a surplus of hotel rooms there, so they can come anytime. And at the same time, Naypyidaw could be very interesting, because that city is now, I can say, a green city, and we have so many rooms to be occupied. So as a Minister of Tourism, I can say that we have a very bright future, as we are the last frontier open, and sooner or later we will develop more area as the peace calls went through.
You have one of the world's biggest tourism destinations as your neighbour, Thailand, and as you say, Myanmar is one of the last frontiers.
Yeah.
What have you learned from Thailand's experience that you like and don't like that you are going to use to Myanmar's benefit?
Yes, I see that Thailand as a neighbor is very strong in tourism market, but at the same time, I can see that too much tourism also spoil the environment and the community and the culture. So we learn from them to be careful and to maintain our culture much more careful. And as I've met some Thai investors who would like to invest in the south, they say, Mr. Minister, your islands are beautiful, your sea are still full of corals, but please be careful, because these coral reefs can be destroyed in a very short time if you are not taking care of them. And we also would like you to take care of it, because from the Indian Ocean current, the corals' eggs, they flow down to the Sea of Thailand, and where the eggs rested would become another coral. It may take 30 years to see a beautiful one, but they said it is very much necessary we maintain our coral reefs so that they can also be benefit. So for that, we have to open the south for tourism, but at the same time, we will be very, very careful of how to maintain our coral reefs.
Myanmar has a lot of airports, a lot of airlines, and AirAsia is expanding to a lot of secondary and tertiary destinations within the region. What is your plans to develop the airports in Myanmar, please?
Right now, as I am in Japan, I met the GAL senior officers and I met some ministers, and I told them we need GAL to fly back again to Myanmar, and as this MC Jelux airport services has been carried out for the management in Mandalay airport, and we think that it is a Japanese management company, so we expect that there will be more airlines from Japan coming in, as there are many Japanese tourists who are very interested to come. And yesterday I learned from my ambassador that we have 200 to 250 visa application daily at the embassy. So we think that it will increase, and of course with this number is already one plane load full, then the extra, we will need extra plane to come in. So I advise the GL, I invite the GL to come. Of course AirAsia is also flying a lot of frequency, and we have enough internal flights to take care of the number of tourists coming into Myanmar.
Many countries are understanding that the easier it is to receive a visa, the more tourists you receive. You have launched the e-visa. How successful is the e-visa? And do you have any plans to do visa exempt so that people, such as people from Japan, can just arrive without the hassle of getting an actual visa?
Yes, that would be very convenient for any country tourists coming in, but as I say to you, we are the last frontier and we still have to learn a lot, and we have to be educated, we have to have the experiences. So our what you call immigration department is also agreed to visa on arrival, and also e-visa is obtainable, and even 3 land immigration routes are open to e-visa, which is Dutch Lake, Myawaddy, and Tiki on the Thai border. 3 of them. Now anybody can have an e-visa right there. So that's how we have developed with the visa problem, and it will come like in December. On the 1st of December, we will have a free visa entrance for Singapore. Vice versa, we can also go to Singapore. We don't need a visa application anymore.
How many days will the visa for Singapore, the on arrival, the stamp B4, and vice versa for Singaporeans coming to Myanmar? How many days will they get, and how many will Myanmar people getting going to Singapore get?
Yeah, right now we have 28 days for the normal visa, but if they want to apply for a longer stay, they can. But in that case, they will need certain documents to sign. Yeah. Yes, they can stay up to 3 months. That's certain.
Is that Singaporean passport holders and Singapore residents, including expatriates?
Yes, it's also even also I see that German teachers have 3 months visa. They come to help English lessons for the youngsters, and I saw them, they have 90 days visa.
Myanmar has some beautiful beaches. The rivers are being used for luxury cruises, such as Pandor is one of your big cruise companies that does the rivers. But when people think of Southeast Asia, they don't think of snow. And Myanmar is fortunate. You do have some snow in the right time. What are you going to be doing to build the ski industry and the snow industry with regards to tourism?
Yes, we have a lot of rivers and can do river cruise like in River Arawadi, and it's not only Pandor, there is also Road to Mandalay, and there are also many locals, let's say boats or ship or whatever you call, and they do also have cabins for overnight stay, and we do have a lot of requests for that kind of tour between Mandalay and Bagan, and even some further north to Bamor and then up to Chindwin. And as for the snow-capped mountain, congratulations to Japan country people. The first conqueror of Kakaborasi snow-capped mountain is achieved by a Japanese hiker. Yeah, and we all.
Mr. Osaki.
Mr. Osanshi. Osanshi. Yeah, he's the one who have been up to the top, the first one. Yeah, and he's a Japanese nationality. And we lastly, about 2 months ago, we have 4 climbers from our country went up and successfully covered the top. And from them, we learned that it's good for hiking, but not for skiing yet. It was not well discovered yet. They just go up and try to reach the top as quick as possible and come down as quick as possible. So for a ski resort, maybe it is possible, but we may have to invite some expertise to come and discover it and then advise us whether it is possible or not.
With regards to hotel development, how many hotel rooms are there in Myanmar at the moment, and how many are in the pipeline up to 220, the end of 220? How many do you expect to have?
Right now we have about 1,300 hotels and about 50,000 rooms. Yeah, and that was last year, and this year we have about 300 more and about 10,000 rooms more. So we have about something like 60,000 rooms with 1,500 hotels, and there are more hotels coming up by 2020. Oh, it's difficult to say because it is the last frontier, and it can climb very quickly or it can go steadily. And we prefer to go steadily. We don't want to rush. We have all the time in the world in Myanmar. So we'll go steadily for the hotel and tourism, I mean.
Which is the fastest growing segment? Is it 5-star, 4-star, 3-star or budget?
For the moment, I would say 2 to 3-star hotels are moving very fast. And for Yangon, 4-5-star, we have enough. But for Mandalay, we need some more. And Bagan also, we need some more. But at the beach in Ngapali, we do have enough 4-5-star hotel. And there are some inquiries from foreigners who would like to invest more. And not only that, Chaungda and Ngui Sang beaches are also inquired.
And finally, my question is, as you are looking to grow tourism to Myanmar, what is your biggest challenge? Where are you concentrating the most efforts?
It's with the human resource department, because our youngsters, they have finished their school and they have no job, and it would be very nice to have more vocational school, hotel training school, tourism training school, so that we will have enough human resources to meet the need of the incoming tourists, and that is the most important, and I'm concentrating on that very strongly.
Are you looking to build and manage these schools yourself, or are you bringing in hotel companies or Swiss school companies from Switzerland and elsewhere around the world to manage and run them by themselves?
No, we do have our government university. We have 2 tourism BA university classes, one in Mandalay and one in Yangon, and also Myanmar Tourism Federation, which is our public sector. They are also organizing vocational school in Yangon, and with Luxembourg Development, we are also organizing vocational school for hotel management and also for tourism. And beside that, the Swiss contact, we recently had just released 400 students for hospitality management graduation in Yangon. And there are also JICA from Japan is also helping for the development of human resources as well as community-based tourism. So we have many foreign NGOs who are interested and would like to help. And we are also, of course, working with them very closely.
Excellent. I don't know if there's any other questions, but from myself,
you are the only one. You are the only one. You are the only one.
Thank you to Myanmar, and of course I wish you and the country, because it is beautiful, the best of luck for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.